So in this lecture, we'll cover important libraries of Python, which is NumPy, Pandas, and Seaborn. So we will open our Jupyter home screen and click on New Python 3 Notebook. First, we will cover the NumPy. NumPy is the core numerical computing package in Python, and its code type is ND array, also known as NumPy array. You can change the title of notebook and save this. There is also an autosave feature in Jupyter Notebook, so you don't have to worry about saving it. NumPy package is almost used in all numerical computation using Python, and it provides high performance vector, matrix, and higher dimensional data structures for Python. It is implemented in C and Fortran, and that's why it is much faster than Python inbuilt functions. To use NumPy, we need to import the module. To import the module, we will write import NumPy as np. Since we are using Anaconda, there is no need to install these libraries. All the important libraries are already installed using the Anaconda. And if you are using Python, you have to use pip install in the command prompt to install this library. There are various ways to initialize a NumPy array. We can either convert existing Python list or tuple, or we can generate a NumPy array using functions like arange and linspace. So let's start with NumPy array. We'll create a variable np1 equal to np.array. So array is a function. This is a function of NumPy package. That's why we have to write np. So in the first statement, we install NumPy as np. That's why we have to write np before every function of this NumPy package. That's why we'll write np.array, and then in the brackets we will input a list. So as you remember, lists are covered by square bracket. So in a square bracket we will write a list 1, 2, 3, 4. We enter. If we write np and then run this, you can see the output is showing us an array which contains element 1, 2, 3 and 4. If we write type of np1, it will give us output that it is a NumPy nd array. To create a matrix, you have to pass two lists. It's a nested list in which there are two lists. So we'll write mat1 equal to np array, np.array, and in parentheses we'll write a nested list which contain two lists. If we run this, we'll get a matrix. You can see this is an array in which our first row is this, which contains element 1 and 2, and the second row is 3, 4. Our np1 is an one-dimensional array, whereas mat1 is a two-dimensional array. To look at the shape of these two arrays, we'll write np1 dot shape. Dot shape is a keyword that will give us the shape of that array. So np1 is our single dimensional array which contains only 4 elements. If we write mat1 dot shape, so here you can see that this is a matrix which contains 2 rows and 2 columns. Unlike Python list, in which you can combine multiple types of elements, in NumPy array you have to insert only similar types of element. To get the type of elements of NumPy array, you have to write d type. So I write mat1 dot d type. It will give me the type of data elements in my mat1 array. You can see the elements are integer. I can change the value of element by just using equal to operator. So if I write mat1 square bracket, so my first element is 0 comma 0. I write 0 comma 0 equal to 5. It will assign the first element of value 5. So if I output this, you can see that first element is now changed to 5 instead of 1 earlier. If I try to assign some string value to this array, we'll get an error, because as I said earlier, all the elements of NumPy array should be of same type. So you can see we are getting an error because all the other elements are of type integer and we cannot pass a string element into this NumPy array. That's why we are getting an error. In list, we use the function range to generate numbers in a sequence. In NumPy array, we can use a function arange similarly to generate elements. So for example, if I want a new variable mat2 equal to, now I want it to start from 0 to 10 with a step of 1, I write np dot arange and then the start point, which is 0, comma the end point, which is 10, comma step, which is 1. If I run this, you can see that now mat2 contains all the values from 0 to 9. The stopping point is excluded, but the starting point is included. Similarly, if we want to include both the elements, both the starting point and the stopping point, we have to use linspace function. So we will write mat3 equal to np.linspace. Our starting point is 0, our ending point is 10, and here instead of steps we have to mention the number of elements we want. So if we want 20 elements, we have to write 20. And if we see, we have 20 elements filled between our starting point and the ending point. Here the array is coming in the form of matrix, but if we find out the shape of this, you can see that this is only a one-dimensional array. You can see there are 20 elements and this is a one-dimensional array. Now to generate a random matrix, we can do that by using np.random.rand. Here we have to specify the number of columns and number of rows. For example, if we want 5 rows and 5 columns, we can write 5 comma 5. We do this and we view our matrix 4. It contains random number between 0 and 1, and this is a 5 by 5 matrix. Now if we want a normally distributed random numbers, can do this by changing random.rand n. Again 5 comma 5. There are other functions as well to create matrix, such as np-diag will create a diagonal matrix in which only the elements of the diagonal have the value. np.0 will create a empty matrix in which all the elements are 0. np.ones will create a matrix in which all the elements have value 1. We are not discussing this right now, but you can explore this on your own. Now, just like in a list or strings, we can also use slicings using the index number. So, for example, if we write mat5 0 comma 0, it will give me the first element of this matrix 5. If I write mat5 0 comma 1, it will give me the element from the first row, that is the 0th row with index 0, and the second column, that is the column with index 1. So I am getting this value as a output. If I want to select all this value, that means all the values from first 3 rows, I will write mat5 0 colon 3 comma colon. This means all the columns. So if I run this, I'm getting all the elements where the index is 0, 1 or 2. Remember, 3 is excluded. So we are getting row with 0 index, row with 1 index, row with third index, and since we have provided colon, that means all columns. That's why we are getting all the columns. There are arithmetic operations for NumPy array also, but we are not discussing it right now. We'll move on to the pandas.